So today is December 29th, 2024. Decided I'd do a quick video, interesting video, how I got charged with attempted fleeing and eluding felony in Canton, Michigan back in 2020, and it was thrown out. Never went to court. Completely thrown out. So before she became my wife, her brother, half-brother, does not have a GED, grew up in Ann Arbor, Joseph Mann, and her mother, who wants somebody to know his place all the time, or she's racist, either or, I don't know. Did multiple welfare checks with the police in Canton on my household. When my child was born, and then my second child, multiple. So I had to start making police reports against these guys over a 3-year period, mostly towards Joseph Mann, who doesn't even live in Michigan. He lives in Chryslerville, Indiana, 20 minutes outside of Indianapolis, and actually he works for a cabinet company. He's a manager. But the irony of that, his boss played basketball at Ball State University when I was playing football there and knows me very well. That's the irony. Long story short, the event happened 2020 at 1523 Stacy Drive in Canton, Michigan. And that welfare check initiated by her mother and brother, girlfriend at the time wasn't home, Krista, came wife later. And literally, they left the property. And then they came back again another day. So I leave out the house when they came. They followed me and I just drove off. And they tried to charge me to fleeing and looting. I stopped by Mayor Duggan's house, Mayor Duggan's office. He's actually in the report, the discovery paper that I still have, going to his office. And I came back home at nighttime after going to a bar. The girlfriend at the time, Krista, I'm sitting on the couch, slides the patio door open. 5 cops come in to arrest me with shotguns and pistols in Canton, Michigan. And they took me to a hospital, not the jail, the hospital. And I didn't find out till months later that I had a warrant out for my arrest for attempted fleeing and eluding, and then it was thrown out. That's life. Fast forward, multiple police reports I made with Canton Police Department against Joseph Mann. And the irony of that is my wife took my children down to Indiana to visit this guy, this year. And this was back in March or April. And my son had a huge accident on a stair. He had to come back and get stitches. Well, close to stitches. It wasn't that severe in his mouth. He had to go to the hospital when he came back. And, I talked to this guy about it. It made me feel a certain way. This guy filed a protective order against me in Indiana. So this is in April. I'm working Renaissance Global Logistics in Wixom, Michigan, doing electric battery sales shipments for General Motors to Mexico and domestically facilities. And I received 2 days before the court hearing, the actual hearing for this. And I'm like, how am I supposed to drive down there? And they're like, oh, we can do it through Zoom. When I do it through Zoom, I sent all my documents I needed before the hearing, all the racist text messages and threats, and also police reports I made against the guy. Even the main text message, you don't deserve your wife or child, back in 2022. You worthless piece of, what, he tells me. When the hearing happens, the judge listens and looks at all his evidence and listens to him, and then he disregards and doesn't look at any of my evidence that I sent over. And I'm not in that state. So he sides with this guy. And I'm like, okay, it is what it is. It's not, it's not anything that's a serious charge, it's not a charge at all. So he actually brought up and admitted in this hearing that basically, yes, I took Stavon Morales, my nephew, my stepson, her son, that's a junior in high school now. He said, yeah, I took Stavon at 12 years old to the gun range on 8 Mile and Beach Daily in Detroit. I want him to learn how to shoot so he can hunt with me one day. Not to mention, we've had this kid in therapy for X amount of years and trying to help this kid. And she moved to Ann Arbor to change the school district and took my kids. They're still in preschool out there. So that's an interesting fact. Typically in a looting, Canton Police Department, it never happened.